There was another OnlyFans model going off and doing some weird shit here. Now, is this a domestic dispute gone wrong? Is this, in fact, a proper exercise of self-defense, like she's claiming? I'ma call bullshit on it. Okay, obviously, I know it's not misogyny or anything like that, or just my normal disgust of when hoes do fuck shit, but it just really seems like there's more red flags in this story than there would be at a Chinese Communist Party rally. Bloody scene. OnlyFans model Courtney Clenney, 25, stabbed her boyfriend to death before X-rated content posted on her page. What? She was already in custody and posts went up on her page? Yeah, she's apparently a pretty successful OnlyFans whore, model, influencer, whatever. He probably has an editor, okay? If it was a picture, something like that, somebody to, airbrush it and to make it look appropriate or perfect, whatever the fuck she's trying to sell to those simps that are out there. Or a video, maybe editing it properly, something like that, and they had somebody else to put it up, or it was scheduled to go up. If it's the same system like the other video upload sites where you can just have a set time where everything goes up, perhaps that's the case. So I wouldn't put too much into that. And it's like, well, how did she post that after the fact that she was already in custody for saying that, oh my god, she's suicidal or something, to try to skate out of responsibility for stabbing her boyfriend in the shoulder? Yeah, I don't really know. Maybe. I'm just saying. Influencer Courtney Clenney, known on her social media platforms as Courtney Tailor, was detained and later taken into a mental institution after killing 27-year-old Christian Obumseli, cops said. Yeah, exactly. This happened in Miami, Florida, because they haven't mentioned that yet. But no, it's called the Baker Act or the Baker Statute, where if somebody says or leads you to believe that they're suicidal or mentally unfit, you immediately go into a 72-hour detention so you don't Epstein yourself. You gotta be some sort of a hoe to be posting a fucking, I don't know, braless, titless, I don't know, cleavage shot, or not titless, obviously, but some sort of a cleavage shot in a fucking plastic surgeon's office. You take a look back there, you can just try to fucking connect the dots. If you're trying to sell some sort of a fucking dream, you gotta do a little bit better than that. But whatever, it's Miami, you kind of fucking expect this shit. Police responded to a 911 call from Clenney on Sunday at around 5 p.m. at their luxury apartment building in Miami, Florida. There, they found her boyfriend stabbed once in the shoulder. First responders transported Obumseli to a nearby hospital where he succumbed to his injuries. Officers said the violence was caused by a domestic dispute. We know that there was a physical altercation between them before he was stabbed. How do you know that? Are you just taking her words for it? The half-dressed, hysterical woman, which always in all of these investigations, whenever there's a fairly attractive woman who's completely hysterical, most law enforcement officials, their IQ immediately drops 50 points. And for some officers that are out there, now you're running a fucking deficit. But that's where we're at. Intense arguments are common in the Clenney and Obumseli relationship. Red flag number 1. Mutual friends told an ABC affiliate, we've seen him hit her. We've seen her hit him. Ashley Vaughn said, we've never seen him hit her. Red flag number 2. According to close friends, Obumseli had recently moved into the area and was living with Clenney at One Parisio apartment building, located in Edgewater neighborhood of Miami. Neighbors in the building have reported the couple had a long history of domestic disputes. Domestic disputes. Okay, you know what? Hey, if this was Toby, if this was, Obumseli fucking putting knuckles on that bitch right there, it wouldn't just be, domestic disputes happen. No, it would be physical abuse by that evil man was happening all the time. And this was a lady who just finally fed up and she just stood up for herself. No, she was an entitled bitch who was probably on the fucking way out. Okay, because I don't know what this dude does for work, okay? But he's in Miami in a luxury apartment. She's just your run-of-the-mill thought in fucking Miami. She's claiming to be, 25? He's 27. There's a lot of things that could have been going on in that relationship. I'm just saying she was probably trying to big dog him. He wasn't emotionally smart enough to just say, pack your shit and fuck off. One thing led to another, and then she ended up mistaking his shoulder for a knife block. While Clenney was detained at a police station following the stabbing, police said she threatened to kill herself. Red flag number 3. I think that's 3? Right. Police said that that the threat led to an evaluation causing her to be Baker Acted, which is, yeah, like it says, Baker Act allows law enforcement as well as doctors, mental health professionals, and judges to commit a person to a mental health treatment facility for up to 72 hours if certain vital or violent or suicidal tendencies are displayed. Somebody didn't want to go to fucking county lockup, said, I'm gonna kill myself. If you're in the lockup, how are you gonna end up doing that? Anyways, but it was a blonde with her tits hanging out for a fucking run-of-the-mill beat cop. They're gonna simp harder than an Indian kid on Instagram, just DMing for bobs and vagine. It's unclear when Clenney, whose Instagram account has over 2 million followers, will be released from the mental institution. Well, time's a fucking ticking. Though she was detained on April 3rd. Oh yeah, OnlyFans content was still somehow posted to Clenney's account on April 4th. Somebody else is managing her account. It was scheduled to go up. She already probably had a backlog of fucking tit pictures already on there, so I don't really know what to say. There's nothing fucking too terribly conspiratorial about this. Most of the high earners on those sites have social media managers, okay? They're just the ones on the other side of the lens. That's about it. At the moment, Clenney does not face any charges for Obumseli's death. Yeah, because she's still being fucking kept in a straitjacket in a padded room, okay? The GoFundMe for Obumseli's family has already raised over $64,000. That's good. The page states that he was killed just 1 week before turning 28. That sucks. Christian was extremely compassionate with a desire always to uplift those around him. Case in point, sending her to the cosmetologist or cosmetic surgeon, fixing some shit that's starting to sag. He did not deserve for his life to be cut short, poor choice of words, by a heinous act of violence. The investigation into Obumseli's death is still ongoing. Oh, of course, yes. Simp hard for this fucking felon. Cousin of Christian's, who did not want to be named to be victim number 2, was emotional when contacted by the Sun and said that they are devastated that she has been consoling her family. She said they have the information surrounding his death, but are still trying to understand everything, declining to comment further at the moment while they grieve. Like, we've seen some pictures here, right? And I'm just gonna scroll up to the beginning one. Who's the one in the center of the frame? Who's the one who's playing to the camera more? One picture, right? Just one picture, okay? Then you take a look at another picture that's posted. That one's just, okay, once again, just that same fucking 1,000 cock stare. Just the plastic smile. Okay, you run-of-the-mill thought. But you can also see either a whole bunch of airbrushing or a whole bunch of fucking makeup. So she has a certain appeal that she knows how to maximize. And she knows how to keep the illusion going until somebody shatters it for him. And then, once again, you take a look here. Who's the one who's prominent in this picture right here? The guy who's turning away or the woman who is chun-leing it up, okay? Seems pretty obvious if you just tell by body language and even just eye contact, okay? He's sort of halfway looking at her, okay? Some sort of a half-jutted smile. Sure, her eyes are not engaged. It could be Botox, that's totally fine. And just some absolutely no upper lip involved smile on that. They're done. They're done in that picture right there. Just some armchair psychology for you. But in an update to this story, she's actually out right now, which is just perfect, right? And we have more from Obumseli's family. OnlyFans star, whatever. That's one way to put it. Butt stuff enthusiast Courtney Tailor brutally and senselessly stabbed her boyfriend to death in an unprovoked attack. His grieving relatives claim. Yeah, it makes sense. The 25-year-old murderer, who has millions of followers on social media, killed Beau Christian Toby Chukwuwu Obumseli, a name 27, during a dispute at their high-rise apartment in Miami on April 3rd, authorities said. Investigators said Obumseli, who was stabbed once in the chest, thought it was shoulder, now it's chest. Now we know why he died so quickly. And Tailor had been involved in a physical altercation of her acting a fool and then ratcheting things up. Her camp has said she stabbed Obumseli in self-defense. Sure thing. Tailor, whose real name is Clenney, has not been charged in the death, although cops and prosecutors said the investigation is still ongoing. But Obumseli's family is enraged over the footage showing Tailor without an ounce of remorse Friday at the Miami bar, where a bystander accused her of killing her boyfriend. It's been a week since my brother was brutally and senselessly killed, Jeffrey Obumseli wrote on Instagram. Courtney's callous actions have not been met with an ounce of remorse because women do not face the same type of justice system that men do. shameless example of it right fucking here. We see videos of Courtney kissing her dogs while covered in what we believe to be my brother's blood and casually getting drinks at a hotel bar days later while my brother lays in a morgue. Yep, that's why she could get away. You can see that, sort of, kind of. I'll get rid of that. You can kind of see that, and that'd be annoying. But as you can see, there's a lot of blood, and thankfully this is blown out a little bit, but link in the description as always. She's covered in blood, she's got her tits hanging out, and it's just some simpy cop who's right there. It's like, oh, I'll believe whatever you say just as long as you don't hike your top up anymore, miss. A video clip obtained by TMZ appears to show Tailor in a skimpy top and white pants covered in blood. As cops speak to her, she was later hospitalized for psychiatric evaluation, once again trying to skip out on any responsibility. A lawyer for Obumseli's family, Larry Hanfield, told the Post on Monday that Taylor's version of events was inconsistent and not credible enough to back her claims of self-defense. Normally, that's the case. That's normally what you get with claims of self-defense. It's just a bad person trying to get away with a shitty situation and then just throwing out a self-defense. Very rarely, if ever, okay, for every Kyle Rittenhouse, for every Curtis Reeves, the popcorn shooter guy, you have how many people going away for just first-degree murder charges? I just don't know what happened. One thing led to another, and then I waited outside for him and shot him in the back of the head twice. It was self-defense. We want her to be arrested. Yeah, so do I, he said. Family's just devastated. Jeffrey Obumseli insists that Tailor, a model originally from Michigan, was getting preferential treatment by investigators. Yeah, he knows the game. Bottom line is inextricably clear. Courtney is being treated differently because she has a privilege as a wealthy white woman. Yes. Yeah, it's literally, okay? Take away the race aspect. Take away this, the class aspect, okay? Women are at the top of every fucking hierarchy that's out there. You cannot find a situation right now in the Western world. You could go to the Middle East and things are a lot fucking different. But in the Western world, women are at the top of fucking everything. And she has the white women card, which is, oh boy, that puts you on a different fucking plane from there. And then you put wealth on top of that. This bitch is fucking untouchable. Except for in this case. Now, the charges, if we're going to be seeing them, might be a little bit different. Oh, it was just one stabbing. You probably didn't mean to kill him. You just tried to get him to stop. Manslaughter, 3rd degree, sounds good. You go to a minimum security pen, or, you know, hey, you get an ankle bracelet. You know, nothing that you can't airbrush out of your photograph so you can continue to make a few $1,000s a month. I don't know. I'm sure Paige is probably still going to have a whole bunch of fucking content while she's out right now, so you know. But yeah, let's see what he goes on to say here. Within 24 hours following Toby's death, the detective on the case prematurely concluded this was not a crime of violence. What? Under what metric? Okay, he could be mistaken. Like I said, I don't have all of the fucking documents on this one, but this is what's here right now. It's not a serious crime of violence. Okay, was she allowed out on bail? Or, oh, I guess, yeah, she hasn't been charged with anything, so she wouldn't be out on bail. She's just out on her own recognizance right now. It's like, we'll get back to you, Thweetie. We'll just log in and, you know what, hey, tip you with just a little note that says, make sure to turn up to the fucking Miami-Dade Police Precinct here between the hours of noon and 5 o'clock at your earliest convenience. But the information provided is deficient, and the lack of transparency strongly suggests foul play is involved. This, yeah, no, that totally makes sense. The pair had been dating for less than 2 years. Taylor's lawyer claimed that she was a victim of domestic violence. Okay, cool. Even though everybody, even including a guy who had a fucking perfect view into their apartment, who was, I guess, by proxy getting a fucking free subscription to her OnlyFans, could see that there was constant actions of domestic violence. She was the one committing this stuff. This is like a trifecta of terrible fucking behavior that's just allowed to go on, okay? She could be brought to justice. She could be properly charged with crimes. But let's be fucking fair, because we have a huge back catalog of evidence and court documents just to show you that women don't face even nearly as hard or harsh punishments as men do with committing similar crimes. Then you have domestic violence, the most prevalent domestic violence that goes unspoken about women on men because society thinks that, oh, men should just be able to take it, that you should just man up, and that your women will just act right off the back of that. Not gonna fucking happen. Especially when they don't face any consequences beforehand. I don't know this bitch's history, but the fact that she decided to take out a knife and stab somebody who apparently you had been abusing beforehand, you've been able to get away with a whole bunch of fucking shit here. And then on top of that, number 3, she's an OnlyFans thought, so you know that she's not making the fucking best decisions at any point in time. Let's continue. Actually, just wrap this up. This is a tragedy for all involved, but it was not criminal conduct, the lawyer, Frank Pareto, told the newspaper. Courtney was defending herself, and the investigation will reveal exactly that. I doubt it. Obumseli's mother declined to speak when reached for comment by the Post on Monday, saying that she was too distraught to talk. Yeah, no doubt. Your 27, nearly 28-year-old son was just stabbed dead by some whore that he was banging in his fucking apartment. The dead man's brother vowed Sunday to get answers for the stabbing days after relatives met with prosecutors Friday. She has no injuries to support her story of imminent danger. That's a problem, Jeffrey Obumseli's statement continued. We have every reason to believe that his death was a result of an unwarranted and unprovoked violence. We want to see that justice is served. Tailor claimed she stabbed Obumseli after he attacked her, pushing her to the floor and grabbing her neck. Again, if the brother's brother says, if his claims are true, that she doesn't have the injuries to back this up, it just seems a little bit too convenient, especially if there's no history and that there's substantial history in the other direction. Come on now. Come on. We can put 2 and 2 together on this one. The prosecutors from Miami-Dade State Attorney's Office met with the Obumseli family Friday. The dead man's cousin... Fucking... The dead man's cousin. Really? Karen Egbuna told reporters, "We have no reason to believe this is self-defense." Yeah, there you go. The idea that this is somehow warranted is unthinkable, the relative said, according to NBC Miami. DA's office said in a statement where, when the investigation is complete, the state attorney's office will review the police department's evidentiary presentation and take appropriate legal action in accordance with the law. I would love to see justice in this one, but again, any time that you expect women to face responsibility for this, I am always highly, highly suspect that's what's going to happen. She's probably going to get away with it. She's probably going to get away with it because of a lack of evidence, a he said, she said claim, and the only one left standing looks like that. So I'd love to be wrong, but, you know, I've been doing this for a minute. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.